In this codecast, we're going to go over how to use capture code mode in Sports Code or Game Breaker. I've already taken the time to set up my capture devices, and in this case we're capturing from a DVD player through a converter box and through FireWire into the laptop, much like the picture here. Now that I have my hardware set up correctly, the first thing I want to do to initiate a capture is single click on the capture icon on the toolbar here, which opens up the capture window. So I can see the feed playing and it's not capturing yet. So to actually start the capture, I can single click on the capture icon on the toolbar, name the movie here, make sure I know where I'm saving it, which is to the desktop in this case, then hit save. The timeline opens up and I'll just move it to the bottom of the screen. So our capture started and we're ingesting film into the computer. I'll go ahead and open up my code window at this point. And you notice that when you open a code window while you're capturing, the code window starts in capture mode. So capture mode means that if you're going to code, you'll be coding the live action here. So if the USA is on defense, I'll press 2 here to initiate the defense. And then towards the end of the possession here, I'll hit 2 to end the possession and 1 to initiate the offensive possession. And then I can hit 1 to end the offensive possession as well. You can see as I code, the instances start entering the timeline on the very right-hand side of the timeline. So you can see it's fairly easy to code the game live. But to make it even easier, you can use capture code mode. To do that, the first thing you want to do is come up to the Sports Code menu here, select Preferences, and then click on the capture area here on the left. Once you do that, check 2 boxes, one being Allow Code Mode during capture, and the second is Show Timeline Movie during capture. Notice when I check the second box here, a movie window appears in the background. If I uncheck it, it disappears. So we'll go ahead and check the box, and then hit OK. So the capture window shows what's being captured live. But now that we have the movie window open, if I click on that to make it active, we now have the ability to do a few things that make our job a lot easier. First, we can review what's already been captured. So if I click and drag the playhead on the timeline, or I use any of the playback commands like spacebar, down arrow is pause, I can fast forward, I can rewind, but I can go back and watch anything that's already been captured while the capture is still going on here in the capture window. Not only can I review the movie on the timeline, I can also review specific instances by double-clicking on any of them. I can fast forward and I can rewind any instance here. Meanwhile, keep in mind the live capture continues to go in the background. And probably the most powerful feature of capture code mode is having the ability to code the movie as if you were in a post-capture environment. Meaning, if I click on the movie window here to make it active, I can enter code mode on the capture window. You see the movie window starts playing, and I have the ability to pause the game, rewind it, and fast forward it just like we went over a minute ago. But not only can I rewind it, I can actually code. So if the USA is on defense, I'll press 2 for my hotkey there. And at the end of the possession, I can hit 2 to end that instance, which you see gets added to the timeline here. So if you're in code mode on the code window, that means you should be looking at the movie window to code. Instances in this case then get inserted to the timeline based on where the playhead is. So if I move the playhead to another point in the game, I can mark in here and then hit 2 to mark out at the end of the play. Again, keep in mind that the whole time I'm coding in capture code mode, the capture continues to go live in the background. So code mode here means that you're looking at the movie window to code, and instances get inserted at the point of the playhead on the timeline. And if you're in capture mode on the code window here, you should be looking at the live capture window to code, so that when you click on a button here, such as 1 for offense, and then you end the instance, it gets inserted at the most recent point of the timeline, which is the very right side here. Remember, when you're completely done with the capture, to hit stop on the capture window to actually stop the capture.